it when scheduling a particular task, right? So these are the particular things. And as I said, each organization may have different scheduling considerations according to its business requirements, correct? Every organization will say, okay, my engineer will not travel more than 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers, etc., etc. Right?
Will by default consider things like difficulty of the task and whether the resources give them up to perform that work.
It is not by default. It is again by the organization requirements. So I as an organization have a task which is very simple, like fixing a screw of a pipe that can be done by any human being, right? So I can say, okay, I need the rules, but I don't need the math skills rule, which says match the skill of the task to the skill of the engineer, right? So if I don't want that rule, I can take that rule out of the equation. So these requirements are usually done in the workshops. So for example, I want to initiate a project. I will go to the client side. I will speak with the client, okay, what is your business like? What is your business exactly? So he will tell me, okay, my business involves fixing of three things, three different set of skills, but I need efficiency, skill level as well, for example. So I have three engineers with three different skill levels. One fixes a TV very brilliantly and never gets a complaint, right? So I want that engineer to be the preferred engineer to my gold customers, right? For my usual customers, I'll send engineer B who is okay, who's configuration. Yes. So that is all by your rule, configuration, objective configuration, etc. Have I done something again? Can you see this thing on the left? Perfect. You lost again. Can you see? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll learn how to configure these things, and before learning to configure these things, we'll take a step back and see what are the building blocks, right? What are goals, what are objectives, how do we define goals and stuff. Okay, so let's first these things. So there are different scheduling motivations for different people, right? So we have a CEO, our operational manager, and the call center guys. So the CEO will say, I always want to increase the revenues, right? Happens with every CEO. The operational manager will say, I want to reduce costs because I'm the chief operating officer, right? I want the cost to be reduced, but I want to give the same service at reduced cost. The call center guys will say, I want to improve service level. How do you improve service level? For example, SLAs are not being met with the client. How do you fix this thing? Having more people on the field. I have 50, let's put 100 people on the field. But operational manager will say, my costs are increasing. CEO will say, my revenues are going down. Right? So it's a balance. So we need to understand what is the right balance for all this. Right? So organization goals might contradict one another, obviously. Right? So if the CEO say, I want to increase revenue, CEO will say, why not, sir? Let's cut down the workforce by 50%. But the CSR guys will get agitated that SLAs are not being met, customers are angry about. Right? So to improve service level, sometimes we have to reduce the revenues. If the organization is interested in improving the service level, it may need to employ additional field resources, which I just said now. This will increase the cost and reduce the revenues. Right? So this is just an example of what goes on in the actual workshop. Not exactly the workshop, what happens in the boardroom. Correct. So if we need to employ a product, why do we need to employ a product? So again, everything that you try to stretch will decrease the value of every other thing. Revenue, regulatory compliance, cost, services. Regulatory compliance is very, very important. So in India, it is not that much, but it is coming now that, okay, a person cannot work for more than 8 hours, right? He cannot work on consecutive. So if a person is on a roster as well, he has to get some days off and things like that. So all these things are very, very prominent in US. You must be knowing about all this, right? So this is a very important thing. So service policy has to have a good balance between all these aspects. Correct? Okay, so we'll talk about the click schedule solution. So let's talk about the click schedule solution here. So the clicks,
Vikram,
looking at the business aspect again, the schedule creates an optimal schedule based on policies defined by the organization. Now we'll come to policies, right? So what are the policies? Working hours. 8 hours per day for 5 days. Anything above that is overtime, for example. Task duration, right? So time for estimated time for fixing a TV is 1 hour, let's say, right? Required equipment, travel time, customer location, resource skills, overtime, SLA compliance, etc. Right? So everything would be included in the scheduling aspect. So let's see how do we build these blocks first of all. Okay. So a click schedule solution optimizes the schedule by considering. What do you mean by optimizing the schedule? Optimizing the schedule means giving the best service at the lowest cost. Right? Just one moment, guys. I have to take this. Hello? अच्छा नदी तो आ रहे हैं बट वो आप तो ठीक से रहे ना लाइक पूरा स्लाइड वगैरह तो आ रहा है हाँ ठीक नहीं दे दे मनीषा कंटिन्यू ठीक है Okay, so let's continue. Sorry for the call. Okay, so we have the clear schedule. So coming back to the point, why do we need an optimization? So we need a kind of a AI which works continuously in the background to optimize a particular schedule, right? So for example, I have 3 tasks which are scheduled to an engineer, and one task is being pushed to overtime. But I don't want to pay for overtime for a particular engineer. I want to reduce that particular cost. So I'll pick that particular task and give it to some other resource who might be far off, but that would save my overtime cost. So that is that is kind of optimization. If I'm saving costs, that is an optimization, right? So this is what Click Schedule is actually all about. How to continuously optimize the existing schedule. So we have 2 types of building blocks here. One is called a business rule, one is called a business objective. So what is a business rule? A business rule that represents the scheduling limitations, that like do not schedule to inactive engineers or do not schedule before current time. Right? So these are some of the rules. Rules, what is rules? Rules define the validity of a scheduling scenario. Right? Can this task be scheduled or not? It is black and white, yes or no. Any rule violation is there? No, sir. This task cannot be automatically scheduled. Correct? So, as Vamsi said, there can be rule violations. What are rule violations? If I drag and drop a particular task to an engineer, he does not have the skill set, but you are manually doing it. You are overriding the system. The system will scream at you, sir, engineer does not have required skill. What do you want to do? If you say okay, task will still get scheduled because you are manually doing it. But automatically, any rule violation will not be broken by the system. Always keep that in mind. Whether you're working with BGOs, task insert, anything. Rule violations will not be done by automatic scheduling at all. Okay? I'm not claiming it, Click is claiming it. If you have anything, you sue them, okay? Don't sue me. So you have do not schedule that, do not schedule to current time. These are some of the examples of the tools. Okay? Then we have business objectives that represent the goals of scheduling. Then it comes to objectives. Once we have the valid scenarios filtered, then we'll pick the best out of the valid scenarios. Right? How do we pick the best out of the valid scenarios? By the use of objectives. For example, minimize my travel time. I don't want my engineers to travel much. They claim a lot of petrol bill. I don't like that. Minimize the travel time. Use overtime or don't use overtime. Right? All these things will have a specific grade or a weight attached to them. Right? So every scenario will have a grade. So, for example, if a task is going to be scheduled to 3 different engineers, E1, E2, E3. Correct? Do I need to do this there? Or? You can see, right? So, by rule violations, E1 is thrown out of the equation. No, sir. E1 doesn't have the skills. So, rule violation done. Now comes the next step. How to pick the best one from E2 and E3? How do we do that? By the use of objectives. Yes, E2 is nearer to the task, but E3 has more skills. Right? But we can say cost in E2. For example, say E2 has reasonable skills, but is nearer to the task. E3 has more skills, but far from the task. So if I say minimize travel time, which engineer will you pick? E2. Correct? E3 will be crossed and task 1 will be scheduled to E2. Simple, right? It is simple.
But customer satisfaction is also important.
Customer satisfaction is important, but that is when the organization policy comes into picture. If the organization says, I don't care